Your perception of me this morning is based upon your mind and your thinking this morning. Amen. Your perception of me. But I should not allow your perception to determine who I am. Is that right? Amen. Our ideas come from our minds this morning. Amen. Our motivation come from our mind this morning. By the way, our sanity come from our minds this morning. Now let me tell y'all a mystery this morning. I told y'all it's my time now. Let me tell y'all a mystery this morning. Amen. As we enter into 2013, you're going to hear a lot of strange things. And you're going to start seeing some strange thing. Pastor, where you going there with this? As time go on, God start revealing something to us. That was a time when, amen, we saw some things, but we didn't want to tell nobody about it because we thought folk gonna think we crazy. Right. Am I right about it? Yeah. I felt uncomfortable when my brother passed away, amen, and I saw my brother standing at my bed side. Saw him doing the same thing he always do to me, act like he gonna hit me and do things like, nah. Somebody might say, oh yeah, you just love your brother so much and you miss him and you was, having a trance. Let me tell y'all something. I know what I saw. Amen. The time is coming, brothers and sisters. Mark my word what I'm telling you this morning. The time is coming where we gonna see some things. Amen. And it's gonna start happening so frequent to where we don't have no choice but to tell somebody about it. Y'all don't think, see, if you believe the Bible, you know that God reveals himself the way he will. By the way, if you read this same book, 2 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, Paul said, I knew a man over 14 years ago. Read it for yourself. He said, I don't know if that man was in the first heaven, the second heaven, or the third heaven. He said, but I knew the man for 14 years. And the thing that he uttered because of his vision that he saw. He said, I rejoice greatly. Brothers and sisters, God, as we listen, you're talking about mysteries and mystical. Things are about to happen in this world. But I want y'all to know it's our time this morning. Brothers and sisters, God is about to do something. By the way, don't get mad at me. Because I'm a big thinker. That's right. Y'all understand? I just will tell you the truth. Don't get upset with Tracy Andrus. That's right. Because I'm a big thinker. That's right. Amen. I think big. I know God and I know what God will do. That's right. All right. Now, because you can't see the vision this morning. Right. Don't get upset with those who do see it. Right. Am I right about it? Amen. When I looked over there, some folk just saw an empty space over there. But I saw a fellowship hall over there. Right. Amen. And if God, listen, if it's God's choice, it's God's invoice, Mama Witness. If it's God's will, it's his bill this morning. God will make a way. There's some things that I can see right now. And I know God is going to bring them to pass. And y'all know what? I ain't afraid to speak it. Because I know God. I know what God will do this morning. Now listen, if you don't see something, I'm talking about the pastor now. If the pastor don't see it, it's going to be hard for the members to see it. Am I right about it? Without a vision, the people perish this morning. But you know, when pastor's vision start manifesting itself and you start seeing the vision, what power we'll have in the church this morning. My brothers and sisters, if negative words, y'all think about this. Because listen, it's our time this morning. That's right. Think about negative words. Coach Jacoby, if negative words can bring you down, what about positive words this morning? Am I right about it? Positive words should encourage you. By the way, sisters and brothers, it's okay to tell a lady that she look good. Ladies, it's okay to compliment your friend if her hair look good this morning. That's right. Men, it's okay to compliment ladies, but don't get too crazy. Amen. Am I right about it? Yeah, you're right. It's okay to compliment. Amen. brothers and sisters, amen. Listen, I know that God is working on us this morning. Amen. Amen. Listen, I want God to bless us this morning. Amen. And you know how you get blessed? You get blessed when we start being obedient to God's will. Amen. I like what Sister Francetta did this morning in her speech this morning for the mission. Commitment this morning. Don't y'all know that God says, Sister Stoker, if you draw nigh unto me, I will draw nigh unto you. Amen. Listen, commitment to God. Amen. Do y'all know commitment means a whole lot? Yes. Amen. You think commitment, like she said, sometimes we think about husband and wife and commitment, but what about God this morning? Yeah. We ought to be committed to God this morning. Amen. I'm not saying you got to come to church every time the door is open. That's not what I'm talking about. Because you can come to church every Sunday, every Tuesday, and all these other things still may not have commitment in your heart. Amen. But I'm saying that you ought to serve God the best way you can while you can this morning. Amen. My brothers and sisters, listen, I'm not trying to cause no controversy. But listen, I got to say to y'all that there's some time when I don't see it like you see it. Okay. Amen. And there are sometimes, amen, that I may not believe like you believe. Amen. But you know what? That don't mean that we got to fall out with one another. That's right. Amen. Just because you don't see things my way, Deacon Daniel, that don't mean you got to get no fight argument, man. That Negro, you don't have to do that. That's right. That's right. If we disagree, we disagree. Amen. But the Bible says that we can disagree, but disagree agreeably. Yes. Amen. In other words, I respect your opinion. You respect my opinion. Yes. And you know what? If we learn that as a church this morning, and y'all know every time, I don't want to pet us too much, but I can say this. As time has gone by, I've seen God do some miraculous things here at this church. I've seen God work in the church. God will work it out, amen, if we do what we're supposed to do this morning. Am I right about it? My brothers and sisters, if you trust God, act like it this morning. Am I right about it? If you really trust God this morning, act like it. It's our time this morning. Stop placating God this morning. In other words, stop trying to fool God this morning. If you really trust him this morning. If God said that he will open up the windows and pour you out a blessing that you won't have room to receive, why can't you trust him for that this morning? Why can't you trust? I still believe God take care of what else I see. I see us standing outside, getting us a good match, and taking the bill from whatever bank that is, where we got bank cards out. We're going to get us a match one day, stand right out there in front of that fellowship hall, and we're going to burn the note. Watch what I'm saying. I don't know how it's coming, but I know it's coming. That's the way God worked this morning. But you got to have enough faith to believe this morning. Look at Matthew 7:7. He said, you have not because you ask not. Anybody that, hey, if you knock, the door gonna soon open up. I tell students all the time at Wilder College, amen, I got felonies. I have 4 felonies in my background. I'm a 4-time loser, what they call a 4-time loser. But let me tell y'all something, how good God is. Y'all think, well, I don't let my felonies define who I am. All right. Man, when you look at what God is doing in my life, even, I just told my wife, we just come back home off our Christmas break. I get on the email, and they have just selected me for the largest conference